So I worked on the car over the weekend, and it's been a couple of days now. I do feel little things that kind of went loose in the car, so I might have to tighten some stuff. You know how suspensions are after you tighten or do any changes. You have to go back in 24 hours and retighten everything again on the car. But besides that, the car itself is fucking riding super nice, really good. I raised it up a little bit just because it was kind of like tucking too much tires, and the rear for sure was like tucking tire, like all the way to the lip. So I got it kind of like where it sits flush, nice. It has more, more rebound space, so the car does ride better on the expressway. But she's looking really nice. So we getting ready for work. So we're gonna get this going. Start. As you can see, it's looking really nice. Get a lot of crossover to it. Not really happy with the K-Tune throttle body. The throttle body is giving me a lot of problems. It doesn't really idle well, but I think I'm gonna go back to the Type S stock throttle body. I just need to, I need to get the map sensor extension cable to get it over on the manifold side because it won't work on there because of the plate. So gotta get that so that I can get my idles under control, at least until I poured out this intake manifold to a 7mm, because the throttle body is 7mm too. So yeah, I'm gonna keep making videos. I was just wanted to start a YouTube channel, not mostly for just YouTube, just for me to document my journey in my car and the project and everything. So I'm probably gonna continue doing this, but for the most part, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I want to get it on recording though, because this is like first stream, but I'm like 11 miles from my job, 18 miles from my job only though, and like, and it's raining, so it's shitty outside. Well, we'll see. I'll take some videos while we're driving. And we'll see. Hopefully the driving is better than what I expected. I'll probably take turnpike, so let's see how that goes. So I just got back from work. Idle's still funky all over the place, won't stay still, so I'm gonna go back to the other throttle body. So I went to O'Reilly's and I got some 14 gauge cable, so I can snip the map sensor cable and I can go ahead and extend that. So I'm gonna do that today. Today's goal is to get back the Type S stock throttle body back on. Hopefully we get this idle under control. So let me put you here. So see, we can do the changes. So when you run RBC intake manifolds, obviously on this one I'm running the mass airflow sensor. This cable won't reach over here because when you put this here, it's flipped. So the plug, instead of being on this side, the plug ends up being pointing this way. And this little cable, as you can see, it's a little stretch right here. It's not gonna make it. So you just gotta extend the cable a little bit so it can go around and clip on this side. And I'm gonna move over this to over here, so like that, I can run a stock one. Why you're asking why can't I run the throttle body? The stock throttle body where the map sensor is supposed to go, and you can't, because, and I'll show you why right now in a moment. Let me get the piece for you. When you have an RBC intake manifold, you have to run an RBB to RBC intake plate converter, and this plate doesn't have the hole that allows. Here's the perfect thing. This is your mass airflow map sensor. This does not roll through into the actual manifold. It gets blocked off completely. So then it can't get any readings and your map doesn't work. So then now you have to move it over into the intake manifold side so you can get a reading at least. So just flipping it. So we'll see. We'll get that done and we'll get on there and we'll see how that goes. Let's go for it. So we're gonna change the fucking throttle body on this shit and go back to the stock one. We got some harness on this and stuff like that, so we just gotta get this intake off and all the wire, the vacuum lines and all the stuff that kind of goes into it, and then we should be fine. So let's start getting ready for that. We're gonna need to go. Let me get a flathead first. You can do that. Take it out. Super easy. Take it in. Don't want to leave that behind. Having to be tight, so. That might be the leak right there. This purge valve, it's not really sitting on here. But I need to buy, I think the CRV, which is the one that I looked at, the CRV valve works for every valve. So I'm gonna have to change the valve. It's fine. Now, take this off. This on the other throttle body. I think it was it a 12? I want to say maybe. I don't like about it. The stock throttle body with this, it tilts it way too much, and this rail hits the fuel rail. So you have to customize that a little bit and bend down a little bit to get it in there. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Throttle cable is off. What is brake booster vacuum line. This one, everything is disconnected. So let's go ahead and start taking off the actual throttle body. We should have. Let's see. Is it, would it be, I don't know, let's find out. No. Too wobbly. Actually, I have the screws right here. Found it. No, I really should get the Allen key socket tips for my drivers. It really will make my life a lot easier. And it's really hot. Battery control valve needs to be unplugged. There we go. Now it's unplugged. Pull out the whole throttle body. What a disappointment on this has been. Eventually we'll get this running correctly. For now, until we figure this out better and get more stuff for it, we'll put this to the side. Let's go ahead and start moving everything over. Gotta put the plate now first. Once we get the plate on there, we're good to go. If I'm not mistaken, this went on a certain way and a certain way only, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's this side here, I guess. Damn, rough. That's the one. That can't be right. Yeah, this is how it goes. Alright. We got these shorties. These shorties are the ones for this bracket. So these shorties in there. So I didn't get to finish filling the rest of it last night because my camera died. Just got a camera. Not used to the battery dying or how long they last or keeping an eye on them. So gotta get better at that. I did change everything. I started the car, took it for a ride. The car actually rips a lot harder though. I have a lot more torque. I know for sure with having a 7mm throttle body on a 60mm inlet, it's gonna create a lot of distortion on the airflow. So for sure it's gonna hinder a little bit of the power. That's the one thing I wanted to get rid of it. I was just being impatient and wanted to get the parts on the car though. But now that we have this one on, it is running a lot better for sure, 100%. Let me make sure my alarm doesn't go off. Always keeping an eye on the man. All right, let's show you guys. So the only thing that we have to do now is actually just tune the car. It's still having a little bit of a problem with the idle control valve. I think the idle control valve, it really is messing up my car, especially on cold starts, because I did the line delete, so I don't have coolant running through my throttle body. Just trying to get better air and temperatures in the car. I think I'm having problems with that, but on my ECU, I have it on. I'm gonna go to the K-tuner now and disable that sensor to see if the car ignores that sensor and idles a little better. So we're gonna give that a try now and see how that goes. All right, so now I'm here and we have the K-tuner plugged up on the car. We got a little trusty tuner buddy here with us, and we're plugged up directly to the car right now. So we have the ignition on, and we're just gonna go ahead and first let's download what the current map is from the ECU. He's gotta wait for this stupid countdown to where it focus. Come on, focus. I'm sorry, it's not focusing. So to download 25%. So and I'm just gonna edit the tune right quick to not use that valve and re-upload that tune, the current tune, because I don't want to, reflash with another tune besides the one I already have. I think the one I already have is working fine. And then we're gonna start the car, let it warm up. It might have a rough warm up on a cold start because it doesn't have an idle control valve anymore. But once it's warmed up, the idle should be fine. And I'm hoping the valve is closed on the control valve and not left open when I disable it and unplug it, because I ain't gonna unplug it as well, just to make sure the valve's not opening and closing with power or anything, and then actually altering vacuum pressure or airflow or anything like that. So we'll see how that goes. Windows always with 1,000 fucking questions. Get out of the way. Discord close. Okay, so the tune has finished here. So we're gonna go to main parameters, and if I'm not mistaken, disable monitor systems. And I know that we have the automatic control valve, so we're gonna go ahead and check mark that box right there for the automatic control valve. And this camera really sucks when it comes to stuff like this. Wow. And then we're gonna just come on Discord. I mean, Spotify. All right. So then we're just gonna go ahead and upload this tune again. Yes, we're plugged out to a battery just in case. Power, and we're just gonna wait for that to see racing ECU and it's re-uploading. And then once we start, we should have that disabled. So it's reflashing now. Finishing racing, 3%, 4%, 6%. So it's making its way, 7%. And you are getting cozy in this bed. Give you some light, give you some justice. How cute you are. Alright, they're good boys. I really hope the idle car idles better with this, so let's see. So we got the car almost operating temperature, but it's already showing humongous good signs. The car is idling at 900 RPMs instead of 1500 or 2000, which it was at 2000 on a co-star, and 1500 after warmed up, which is way too damn high. Now it's just idling with AC on 900. I kind of like it. I don't want it at 700 because in this rattles too much of a solid motor mount. So if it stays here, this is perfect. The car is idling perfect since I did the upload too. So let's see. This is awesome. And it drops perfect. It doesn't hang. I think we fixed the problem, boys. It was out of the control valve, which is disable that bad boy right quick, and I think we're good. I did have to reset the TPS sensor again so it can be at zeroed out because it was at 5%. So I came here to TPS sensor, and we go ahead and just calibrate the 0% on here, and then that will redo your TPS sensor. I think I had to re-upload the map because of that, because I did that afterwards on the live too. So we'll see. I'll re-upload now, but for the most part, AC is on. Let me turn off the AC. The car is idling prestige. This is exactly what I wanted when I first installed the RBC intake manifold. You know, there's not a lot of information out there about the intake manifold installations when it comes to throttle body. Nobody says that you have to move the map sensor over because it gets blocked off by the valve. And then there's a lot of vacuum leaks with the throttle with the K-tune throttle bodies too. Not a lot of information out there on those two, very limited. A lot of the information you do find, people are having idle issues with them. I don't feel like they're the same as an OEM quality piece of a OEM throttle body. So we'll see when it's time for a bigger one what I do, because we'll keep looking into the K-tune. I'm not gonna roll it out yet. We might still use it, but so far the experience hasn't been so well with it. So we'll see. But right now, with the stock throttle body Type S, the car is idling perfect. So we fixed it. We got this good, so we can move on to the next mod.